Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. MTG Man here. So, I'm back. I've been working on cataloging my collection. Happy New Year's, everyone. It's been a crazy year for my health, for everything. We hit 20 subscribers recently, and I just really appreciate all of you. But personal deck today, so Don Andreas. It's a bit pricey, if you can't tell, but I'm hoping to bring this in. I'm hoping to win some games at my local game store soon. So, 4 mana, 4/3. Each creature you control but don't own gets +2/+2. Has menace, death touch, and is a pirate. So you want to steal things, and you want to cast your opponent's spells. When you do, you create 2 tap treasures. So, it's just, I see this deck more as a treasure deck because I enjoy treasure decks, but that's what's up. So, Tasha the Witch Queen, she's a 5 mana. You can +1 her to draw a card, exile an instant or sorcery from your opponent's graveyard with a page counter, and her -3 will let you cast one of those later. And then whenever you cast a card you don't own, you create a 3/3 demon. So she kind of like builds out your board. She's helping you create treasures with Andreas. Just good piece. Nicol Bolas will help you cast from the top of the deck. And then you can also exile all non-land permanents your opponents control. So you'll be able to cast those spells, and he also kind of acts as a win con. Ragavan will let you steal your opponent's spells, which is cool. And then create treasure tokens, which is more or less what this deck's doing. Stealing spells, creating treasure. Dauthi Voidwalker lets you steal a spell from the graveyard that he exiles. Dockside will create treasures. Reckless Fireweaver will burn off of the treasures. Rona will just help you cycle through your cards, but when you transform her and a source deals damage to her, that source's controller exiles a card from their hand at random. If it's a land, you put onto the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, you may cast it without paying its cost. So it's just like a way to cast your opponent's spells for free. That being said, sometimes getting her flipped isn't the easiest. However, this is Commander, and you have to cast a legendary creature. So you always have one of those. So it can work out. Thing I would like to note, technically, if I understand it correctly, if you lightning bolt your own Rona, you would exile from your hand. So that could be a way to cheat out spells if you wanted. Just like a different way of thinking about it. Thassa's Oracle. I know I said I just want to play against some friends with this deck, but gotta include Thoracle and Demonic Consultation. I guess I just really want to be a CDH player. Gix will help you draw cards when you deal damage. And then you can also exile from the top of your opponent's library and play those cards during your turn by discarding your hand. So it's like, if you're playing those cards for free after discarding your hand, you're creating more treasure, and you're probably going to be able to go off next turn to do something. Glasspool Mimic just kind of fills a land slot, and copying your creatures is nice. Mahadi will create a shit ton of treasure if you're lucky. Deer's Nightblade will help you profit off said treasure. Nashi Moon Sage's Scion. When it deals damage to a player, you exile the top of each player's library, and you can play one of them by paying life equal to its mana value. So you're just going to keep accruing value. Opposition Agent, whenever your opponent would search their library, you do that instead, and you may play the card that they searched for. So it's pretty free. It's just free spells for you to cast. Professional Facebreaker is just more treasure. Zorn helps with treasure. Grim Hireling is more treasure. Hostage Taker is going to let you take an opponent's creature, which will get +2/+2 menace and death touch when you recast it because of Don Andres. Jaleva, so when she enters, each player exiles 4 cards from the top of their library. And whenever she attacks, you can cast an instant or sorcery from among those exiled. without paying its mana cost. So it's just free spells, creating more treasure. Pitiless Plunder is more or less just more treasure. Ramirez de Pietro will create you treasure, but when one or more pirates you control deal combat damage to a player, you exile the top card of that player's library and may cast it. So it's spells for Andreas to benefit from, and I mean Andreas is a pirate. Anything you steal is a pirate. Fury is kind of just a kill spell. Goldspan Dragon is going to be helping you benefit from treasures. Mind Flayer is going to help you steal creatures. Plargan Nasari will help you cast your opponent's spells. Dragonlord Salumgar steals a creature. Atali Primal Storm helps cast your opponent's spells. Hellkite Tyrant will win you the game if you have 20 or more artifacts, which seems like a stretch. However, with the amount of treasures this deck can create, it's not off the table. You can also steal your opponent's artifacts. Marionette Master will burn your opponent out with your artifacts, which is cool. Chrome Mox, it's ramp. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Demir Signet, Felwar Stone, Izzet Signet, Rakdos Signet, Lightning Greaves to protect your commander or whatever important piece you have. Reckoner Bankbuster for treasure. Talismans for mana. Overall, the ramp base is pretty solid for not including green. Dark Ritual, of course, to help you get things out faster. Demonic Consultation to combo with Thassa's Oracle. Malakir Rebirth to bring something back, and it also can just be a land. Rapid Hybridization is removal. Deadly Dispute is draw, and it's also going to help you create treasure. And if the deck steals your opponent's cards anyway, sometimes you just want to sacrifice them. Chaos Warp's removal. Valakut Awakening is a land, and it's also just a really good hand replacement draw spell. Big Score's draw. Blue Sun's Twilight is going to let you take control of a creature, which is cool enough, and being able to create a copy can be really, really strong. Extract Brain will let you cast a spell from your opponent's hand. Grim Tutor is a tutor. Jessica's Will is a shit ton of mana and free cards. Beseech the Mirror is just probably one of the best tutors, especially when the pieces you're looking for are often going to be 4 or less. And then you're also going to have artifacts and tokens to sacrifice because of the treasures. Lich Knight's Conquest, you can sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments, or tokens, and return that many creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Who knows how many creature cards are going to be in your battlefield, but you're going to have treasure to sacrifice. So it usually, I would imagine, works out. Song Mad Treachery will steal an opponent's creature, which that creature will have +2/+2 Menace and Death Touch. It's also a land. Blasphemous Act is a board wipe. Rise of the Dark Realms is you reanimate everything, especially with your opponent's creatures being pumped. It's really strong. Mystic Remora's draw. Black Market Connections can help you draw. It can create you treasure. Cunning Rhetoric lets you steal your opponent's spells, like the top card of your opponent's library, and you can cast those to get more value. Descend to Avernus is treasure. Sorry. Imprison in the Moon is removal. Ristic Studies draw. Reign of Riches is going to create you treasure, and then spells cast with treasure have Cascade, so you're just gonna get more value off of everything you're casting. Revel in Riches is a win con, especially with the amount of treasure you're hoping to create. Land-wise, we're playing Barad-dûr, Bajuka Bog, City of Brass, Drowned Catacomb, Exotic Orchard, Fabled Passage, Islands, Mount Doom, Mountains, Adwara, Riverglide Pathway, Shipwreck Marsh, Shivan Reef, One Snow-Covered Swamp, Sokensan, Stormcarved Coast, Sulphurous Springs, Swamps, Takanuma, Treasure Vault, Underground Ruin, Urza's Saga, War Room, and a Xander's Lounge. if you notice, my collection is pretty high value, but I don't really own shocks. I don't own fetches. So I mean, that's more or less the deck. It's got a pretty, I mean, an average 3.2 mana cost is pretty good. Yeah. Just gonna draw a test hand. Probably mulligan. And then mulligan. Yeesh. So we probably put like Blasphemous Act to the bottom. I think I would start with a tap Drowned Catacomb, into Mountain, Talisman, to turn 3, maybe like, I would go 2 into Rhystic Study, turn 4, Fabled Passage to search for something. I hate using the search feature on here. And then we would go 4, bring out Don Andreas. We would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna pretend we didn't draw anything off of Rhystic Study. Go for a Tali. When I attack, yep. And then we would just hope to win with a Tali. I mean, the deck's pretty simple overall. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know, should I buy shocks and fetches? Like, I mean, my collection's pretty big as is. I have cards that are like worth money I could sell if I wanted to. I've just never really gotten, actually, okay, so I do have a Marsh Flats, and I have like a Godless Shrine. I have like, I think 3 shocks and 1 fetch, but you know, nobody really needs those. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. I hope you have a good new year. See ya.